Tuesday Thoughts, week number 47. We are nearing the end of this year-long series. Hard to believe, but here we go. Quote for the week is from a Padmarasi warrior who said, "The ability to learn is the most important quality a leader can have." I think that's an amazingly humbling thought in there. Because the moment that we view ourselves as the expert, as the end all be all, the greatest of all time type of thing, and there that we've learned it all, we know it all in an area, that's the moment you're going to get humbled, and that's the moment you should be humbled, right? This is a time when we need to realize that we're always learning, always changing things, always setting things up to be able to progress for that. I have told my students for years that one of the reasons I try and take some type of a course, whether it's official or unofficial, at least one every semester, is that I need to remember what it's like to be a student. I think as teachers, sometimes we forget and we're up in front of the classroom and this is our thing and that's it. And we forget that students today many more of them are working than ever did when we were growing up. They've got school, they've got all these dual credit classes that are just hammering them. We're taking 15 to 21 credit hours a semester of college coursework in some of these dual credits places and situations for that. And they're doing that every single day. Then they've got their sports and their after school activities and all this stuff that's going on. And we've got students too that are going to work or going home and taking care of their family. And we've got high school students that are the primary breadwinners for their family. And that's amazing, right? A lot of interesting thoughts that come out of that. But the reality is, if we're not thinking about them, and as a leader, if I'm not thinking about the people that I'm leading and learning about them and finding out new things about them and how their lives are going and what's working for the organization and what could go better and what opportunities are out there, then as a teacher or a leader, I'm not doing my job. My job is to function correctly, to teach, to lead, and in order to do that, I have always got to be learning. So that's the most important quality that a leader can have, is the ability to learn. All right. Along those lines, moments of self-reflection, I guess, for this week. If you were in charge of an organization, would you hire someone like you? I mean, be really honest. Your strengths, your weaknesses, your struggles, all those things are going on. Would you look at yourself as a quality hire? Now, our first instinct to go, of course I would hire myself. I'm awesome. But maybe there's some struggles that you think, you know what? If I was hiring someone like me, I might be looking for somebody who's a little better at this, who approached things a little bit differently, who communicated differently, whatever that might be. So it's a good moment of self-reflection, making sure you're learning about things that you're going and learning about yourself through that. All right, so a little bit more for you here now on some random fact for the week. Those teenage dreams that we have about being the most original, unique person alive could actually come true. You grab a deck of cards and shuffle it. Okay, give it a good shuffle. Most likely, you've created a combination of cards that's never existed until that moment. If you're a math expert, you'll know that that comes because the probability comes out to a 52 factorial, or 52 times 51 times 50 times 49 all the way down. That's kind of big, right? So the probability that two card shuffles are exactly the same is so small that it likely will never happen. So there's your chance to be absolutely, incredibly unique over and over again, right? Okay. Now, our word for the week, risible, okay, is a formal word used disapprovingly to describe things that deserve to be mocked or laughed at, okay, because they are absurd or unreasonable. So, there's your words, there's your thoughts for the week. Hope you're having a great week. Keep it up. Can't wait to talk to you next week, but this has been the Tuesday Thoughts, week number 47.